Good morning, gentlemen, and possibly one or two ladies. Probably not. Today is the day the 460 gets hauled out of here. The only thing that's going to stop us is I got to attend a funeral. But besides that, out she's coming. Going to clean up the engine bay. We'll see how far we get. If you're new here, this 460 was seized. Got it unseized, got it running.
Don't mind the smoke.
But the blow by, it's just a cloud of smoke shooting right out of the valve covers. It's terrible. It needs to be torn down and rebuilt. But we have a replacement 300, which we're going to put in at some point. Maybe today, maybe not. I don't know. First things first, this rad is not going to work with our motor that's going back in. So that's enough jaw jacking. Let's get to work. Okay, I got a upgrade in the old shop. And there's the blue bearing that's off the truck. 77. Last on the road, 89. And these are the license plates off my Parisian when I got it out of Ontario. And there's the hood that I was working on in a video up on the wall, some wall art. I got plans for that. We'll do at some point when we're not doing things that are more important. Transmission lines are unhooked, and lo and behold, started to storm and thunder and rain out there. So that's fun. Somebody needs to turn off the faucet. It's like rained every second day around here. They're all friggin' summer. Okay, just hammering through, kind of quickly filming as we go. Power steering disconnected. I'm not sure. This thing at one time had the same problem as like a 2003 Ford Expedition, blowing lines on its power steering. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Get the carburetor off there. There's my legendary never seen plate and wood spacer. Never did put that video out. It kind of just got lost in my phone. There they are. Wood spacer. And I had this plate underneath blocking off the exhaust. I'm not sure. I can't remember. If that's for the EGR. It's supposed to be a spacer plate underneath the original carburetor. And there's a port with exhaust that comes up right there. So you have to block it off. And I didn't have a frost plug, so I just built these two, try to give the motor a chance to prove itself, and it failed. So if I ever rebuild it, I won't be using this again. So I'll probably reuse the steel to make a lifter plate, because I don't have one for this thing. The bolt pattern on this carburetor is, I think it was 5 1/4 square, and it's different than pretty much every other carburetor on the planet. So just got back from down under. Note to self, we're going to need a new steady bearing for our drive shaft before we go rocking down the road. You guys remind me of that later, because I am going to forget, guaranteed. Still have transmission mount under there to get, and the speed sensor, and saws all the exhaust, because that exhaust is no good anyway, and it's not going to match up on our 300. And engine mounts. I still have the engine mounts to get off, which is just 2 bolts on either side. And look at this sucker. That is ready to go to work. Okay, I think we are ready. Give this a try. Well, I'm sure we left a ground somewhere, but I thought I pulled them all off when I needed to find cables for that other motor when I was testing it out, so. And away we go. I gotta go back down under. Transmission mount must be banging up. Oh, it's muggy and hot in here. Try 3. Here we go. Again. Well, if nothing else, at least the transmission is draining down there. I have to figure out what I do with my glasses and get ready to go to a funeral. So, this will be continued when I get back. Oh look, I'm all cleaned up and I'm back. Problem is, the transmission mount has two bolts that go up, and the head is stripped on it, and I am struggling to try to get it loose. So I jacked it up because there's a pin in the bottom, a bolt, pinning bolt, center bolt, I don't know. On the bottom of that mount, this is making sense. Took that out and get it up and get it just on top of that cross member, but I can't get it to come forward. Maybe I should just show you. So there's that center bolt I was talking about. And on the bottom of there, that one's gone. And then there's this one over here that's been stripped out before. And it's a real prick because you can only put your wrench on and get about a quarter turn. So that's what the struggle is. The other option is to drop the cross member down, but that's easier said than done. It's riveted in over here. There is that bolt there, but with the transmission I can't get it up and move it over, so I could cut those rivets off and drop the whole thing down, I guess. That's another option. And the other option is just to drink some beer, hang out underneath the truck, and it's like a lot cooler out here down by the cement than it is outside. Got it. Sometimes it's best to just walk away and come back with a fresh mind. I got no clue what number we were on before I left, so let's go with this is take number 1. Yep, first time we tried. Man, I'm so good. First try. Man, I'm gonna break my friggin' Chinese distributor. Need more chain. Let's go. Pop. Well, now it's really looking. Not a sponsored promotion. Oh wait. One sip of a beer and it sounds like that thing's done dripping. So onward and upward. Okay, the battle was won. I'm gonna go eat some supper and I'll come back. And then I'll have to address this dirty, awful mess. Well, I don't know who cares, but check out these motor mounts. So the truck originally came with a 400 in it. I know because my dad bought it new in 77. The 400 shit the bed on him around 86 or 87. And my brother and one of his friends helped him put the 460 in from a junkyard. So I'm guessing these are original 400 motor mounts, and they put some 1-inch square tubing in as spacers and welded it right to the crossover, just to get that extra little lift or to make the angle right. Also, instead of using the top hole with the motor mount attaching down, they had these side holes they cut in, and they just had a threaded rod shoved through with a welded nut on one end, and they threaded a nut on the other end. And that was the motor mount. Farmer ingenuity. Well, the fenders are looking a little cleaner. Not much cleaner down there. We got Barry T's garage and Ed Smith up on the TV. These guys are awesome. That's Barry T. That's Ed Smith. Old race car guy from back in the 60s and 70s. He's got lots of knowledge. Check it out. Okay, we're just doing a little quick scratch and spray on our firewall there. Gonna rejuvenate that true blue fucking Ford paint there. Where I did some scuffing, throw on a little bit of primer. Don't care about these hoses, they're getting changed. That might be no good, I have no idea. I'll try not to get paint on the wires. Don't care if I get paint on our booster, because I'm gonna paint it anyway. Don't care if I get paint on our master cylinder, because it's junk. I have a new one. Alright, here's where we're at. I think I called that True Blue. It's not True Blue. Royal Blue. Royal Ford Blue. That's all done. Got the brake booster done. You can see the original color right there. Well, however faded it is, who knows. Beat to shit in the sun. I think we're gonna blacken these fenders. I think that'll look good. I'm getting a little high from the paint fumes though, so... Okay, this is where we are at. I'm stopping now. It's getting fumy in here. Wait for everything to dry so I can pull that sheet down. Tuck in behind these fenders. And we'll do that in the morning before we carry on doing, I don't know, whatever the heck else we're gonna have time to do. It is midnight. I'm going to bed. Good night. See you tomorrow. Morning, new day, new me. Gonna get this plastic pulled down, tucked in behind what we've already painted on our firewall so we can finish up the fenders. Just clean up the motor mount bit. I'm not sure if we gotta take those off. I gotta research. Pretty sure they're not gonna work for our 300. And then I have to fix the garden tractor. And I don't think you want to watch that, so. First thing second, let's finish this thing up so we can be done for the day on this. So those perches will not work for the 300. So I'm just gonna cut them out. I'm gonna upload this video while I'm doing that. So come back for the next video when we put that 300 in and get this thing actually on the road and driving around again. For the first time in 30 some years, whatever. 37? Sure. Alright, catch you on the next one. Later.